What's going on, guys? TJ got King89 here, back with another video exclusively for you guys out there. Today we have got a pair that is not my personal pair, but Abang Rahmad, who recently used his work allowance to buy running shoes, decided that he wanted to buy a pair of these Asics Gel Nimbus 26s over at Sarawak, and he bought them over here to review. So this is the size tag. This is a wide size, which I believe is most of the sizing available in stores over at Asics stores and also in Running Lab Malaysia. This is the Gel Nimbus 26 in the Sheet Rock Thunder Blue colorway, size US 8, UK 7. Price is $699, and for this price, I think this is a shoe that is Asics has been at the forefront of running shoes, obviously, and I think they've been really catching up post-COVID, and with the resurgence and people wanting to find the Gel Cayano 14 and the recent resurgence of slightly thicker soled sneakers versus the non-Nike free ones is a breath of fresh air, obviously. So that pair. So this is what the shoe looks like. This is the Sheet Rock Thunder Blue colorway, and let's go over some of the tech specs that are on the Asics website. So I'll just go read over the tech sheet. So you firstly have an engineered knit upper, which is 75% using that reduces 33% carbon emissions. This is what you see on the upper of the shoe, and it is slightly stretchy. Doesn't stretch too much, but has enough give so that when you're in the shoe you have a little bit more stretch and room to move, because obviously when you're running your foot kind of expands, and you wouldn't want a material that is so restrictive like a Nike fuse material which is if you have it covering the entire shoe, you're not going to have a lot of stretch and your feet kind of swell and is not able to do what a foot does, basically, which is to cushion all your landings and make sure that you're stable. So aside from that, you also have a pure gel technology. Now I have a feeling that the pure gel technology is a piece of gel, square gel or rounded gel, whatever shape that it may be, because I can't see, but that it is based on it is placed on the heel of the shoe, because I don't think there's anything in the forefoot because of the FF Blast foam, which is also featured on the shoe. So I believe the construction of the cushioning for the shoe is that you have the FF Blast, which is a carrier, and you have a heel pure gel shock pad in the heel, like I said. What else do you have? You have a Ortholite X55 sock liner, which is on the inside. And this sock liner is actually pretty nice and pretty amazing. It has the words IV, or it could be 4 for new Roman numerics out there, and I don't really know what all of this says, but it feels like what was this again? This was an Ortholite X55 sock liner. It does feel a lot thicker and a lot more cushioned than a standard Ortholite. This feels like the old Ortholites when Nike and Jordan first used them on their shoes. Far more cushioned, a little bit more thicker, and it feels like this will add a really good step in comfort to your shoes. On the inside, you have a foam stroble board, which is blue, and when you step your foot in this, and then you have the foam stroble board on the inside, which is that blue thing right there, and you finally get onto the FF Blast foam heel carrier, you kind of have a really comprehensive shoe, a really comprehensive cushioning system, which is just comfortable and also responsive at the same time. And I believe, like I said, this is what the current trend of running shoes are going towards, which is a little bit more thicker. If you look at most brands like ON, you have Hoka, which really focus on maximizing the cushioning in a run for a runner, versus to what you see back in the early 2012s probably, which is when Nike first debuted their Nike Free technology, which is a very minimal, almost barefoot feeling of a running shoe. But it's to each their own. So some runners prefer more cushion stuff, some runners prefer a Vibram style shoe, which is just basically barefoot and basically just their foot does most of the cushioning. Some people, like myself personally, for basketball, I also prefer like a slightly more cushion shoe. But there are days where I would like to have more cushion, and some days where I prefer a more lower to the ground feel. But most days I am the kind of guy that likes to have a whole lot of cushion under my foot, because I think that's just how 90s shoes were built. They were basically built on things that were just super durable, super thick, and just super cushiony, that you could just wear it on and off the court as well. On what else do you have? You have reflective details, which I think goes only in the form of this reflective strip right here. I don't think these plastic fused parts in the front are reflective, but I can confirm this is reflective on that side. I don't think any of the heel has any reflective details, nor the Asics Vector logo is reflective for that matter. But it's nice to have, you know, just one strip over there. You have an AHAR outsole rubber, which I assume is probably Asics hard ass rubber. AHAR, which is this compound rubber material, which from the first few wears, because I forgot to tell at the start of this video that Abang Rahmad already wore this, Asics Grip is what it's called. So it's basically like this very ultra boost Addy Web style pattern, where you kind of have the FF Blast foam peeking through at the soles. This I cannot confirm how it does hold in the long run, but from 3 wears, Abang Rahmad wore these. I don't see any wear for now, just some markings on the heel and around the around the rubber soles, which I've managed to clean off. But aside from that, they still look pretty good, still look pretty new, and that's a nice thing to have. One thing that I do want to note is this shoe is light as hell. Like, it just feels like nothing. This reminds me of how an XLT, a Vans XLT, Rowley's chunky pro model shoe with Vans, felt like when I first held it on my foot, because of the synthetic materials, the very ultra light foam that Vans was using back then. And this sort of just brings that back. When I first held on to Zoom Vaporfly X, the Zoom Fly for that matter, the first Zoom Fly, second Zoom Fly, and third Zoom Fly for that matter, they didn't feel as light as this. Maybe because of the carbon fiber plate, or maybe because of the slightly more Zoom X foam, which is a little bit more condensed and firm and a little bit heavy on foot. This, I think, is attributed to the FF Blast, which is just a very, very lightweight, very, very responsive, very well cushioned foam, and like I said, very, very well made shoe from Asics. What else do they have on this shoe? Asics Grip outsole rubber, AHAR. So the AHAR is actually only on this side of the sole. Everything else is Asics Grip rubber. So I think this is probably just the slightly more durable, harder compound rubber compared to what you see on the outsole, on the rest of the outsole. And yeah, that's basically it. Aside from that, I just wanted to say that the tongue is semi-gusseted, so it starts right here. So you're gonna have a tongue that doesn't really slip to the side. It will stay centered more on your runs most times. You have flat laces, no extra laces coming with the shoe, running up to the lace, and this lacing system has 2 independent straps going this way, which is, you can kind of see when you pull the shoe away a little bit. When you pull the tongue away a little bit, you can kind of see like 2 strips going down this vector pattern, and that just adds to the overall containment of the shoe. You have 3 optional laces up top, those 3 round lace holes over there. So if you want a slightly more closer fit, you can lace them up all until the end, or if you want just a more traditional, semi-loose, semi-wide fit, you can just lace them up to that second last hole just over there, just like how they came factory laced. A very, very well cushioned tongue. Just look at how that is sculpted into the heel just right there. That feels like it will just suck your foot in and just contain, and when you're laced up tight, you won't experience any heel slippage. And from the way that when I run my fingers through the sock liner, it feels it feels like that material that kind of like catches your socks and basically just won't let it go anywhere basically. At the back you have a Gel Nimbus heel tab, just right there on the back, and it's big enough. It's stitched in so that hopefully adds to durability as opposed to it being glued in. And that's just basically the shoe. The Gel Nimbus 26 from Asics. I believe this is a highly popular model here in Malaysia. I see loads of people wearing this shoe. Abang Rahmad now is one of those loads of people. Heavily priced a little bit for $6.99, but I do believe when they go on sale, if you actually want to try out this pair before you go on to the other gel Nimbuses, this would be a good pair to start, and I don't think you'll go wrong even if you do pay full price for the shoe. That's basically it. The gel Nimbus 26 from Asics, and this has been your boy TJ Got Kicks 89. I'm not a runner, but Abang Rahmad has started running marathons in these. See you guys at the next one. Sorry, let's do that again. See you guys at the next one. Peace.